Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a 6 of Pentacles. Very good. This is a card of success. I think that you are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I think that something that you've been working on, victory, is at hand. Like it's coming fast. I think that this is the moment everything changes for you. This is a card of material success. It's success after worry. Something that you've been intensely worried about, you're seeing the light. You're seeing the end is in sight, you know. I think you're on the home stretch. I think this is going to be very good for you. Now, let's step into the 11 stations of the Dove and Serpent spread. Each station reveals a different facet of your current path, your power, your potential, and the shadows you're learning to integrate. So, context, right? Context is everything. We have a Knight of Swords, 5 of Wands, 4 of Cups, the Hierophant, very good, and a 9, ooh, okay, great, yeah, 9 of Pentacles. Not only are you getting the 6, you're getting the 9 as well, right? So it's not just one win, it's going to be a series of good luck. It's going to be a series of wins, right? It's becoming a pattern here. I like it. Very good. Over here we have a Princess of Pentacles, a 5 of Cups. We have a Prince of Swords there, and a 9 of Swords. Okay, let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card. Whoa, we have a Queen of Pentacles coming out as well. We have a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the Factor Infinite and Unknown. We're going to set this down right over here with our little octopus friend, the 8 of Tentacles, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this message you feel like you may know what that card is, put that prediction in the comments down below, okay? Now, as we look around the room, we see one major arcana card is the Hierophant, okay? That is the one major card. We don't have any fire. We've got kind of like minimal water, yeah? We've got some air cards, and we have a lot, well, we do have a little bit of fire. We've got minimal fire, but I think it's enough fire, right? We have our earth cards, and really the earth cards seem to be the central. Even the Hierophant, right, is a Taurus energy, it's an earth energy. So a lot of earthy cards here, and then of course we have your thoughts and your feelings about this, and I think the relief that you're going to feel when everything works out. I think that is going to be, that's going to be a breath of fresh air. Okay, let's talk about the 6 of Pentacles, because the first card of our spread is called the Station. It's the ground beneath your feet. This is kind of the energetic signature of your current moment. Reflects some momentum, right? And as that ground beneath your feet, I feel like this is maybe the feeling as if right now, or in the very, very recent past, like literally like earlier today, your life felt like it was up in the air. What comes before the 6 of Pentacles? The 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles to me is someone who's rolling the dice. So something has been tumbling down the field for you, down the table, and it's landing, right? So I feel that it's felt as if you've had no ground beneath your feet. So getting to this point is like a plateau. This is like a safe place of success. It's like, okay, it worked. It feels good. I'm happy. It's safe. It feels like there's this return to stability here. Okay. And, this is kind of like you're going to be standing in a winner's circle here. Yeah. And this is maybe the feeling now of, what do you do with this win? You're standing in this winner's circle. Do you roll the dice again? Or do you just take your winnings and go home? Yeah. I'm not one for gambling. But it kind of feels as if you're wondering what to do from here. Like you're torn between like what's safe, 4 of Cups, and what's kind of calling your name, saying, okay, I may be able to parlay this into something even better. Okay. So right now you're kind of, you're identifying with this success. Okay. And you're standing in this moment of everything has worked out. You're in this harmony. You're in this beautiful moment. Yeah. And now it's really the decision comes here with our next card. The position 2, the obstacle or the challenge is like, what do you see down the road for you? Do you want to keep going down this path, or do you want to just say, done? You know, is it too risky? Is it too scary? Is there too much at stake? Okay. And so this is our battle position. Yeah. This is the test or the friction. As a Knight of Swords, it's about decision making. It's about looking into the future and seeing the ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of swords. So there's part of you that is kind of like looking down the road and thinking, this is not going to end good for me. You know, I shouldn't roll the dice again because knowing my luck, I'm going to lose it all, right? And so you're kind of looking down the field and you're seeing a 9 of swords, and that kind of is, to me, the feeling like not that you gain everything, but that you lose everything. So I think you're somebody that is really has that kind of tension right now. Like, do you press your luck? Do you keep going and just hope for no whammies, right? Or do you just take whatever you got in your current briefcase and say, this is enough? You know, it's like that game. It's like, everything's a game show now. It's like that game show where you get these briefcases. You can take the $10 that's in here, or you can trade this in and take that other briefcase. You might get nothing. You might get $100. So what do, right? Do you take just that? Do you take what you have now and kind of count your blessings? Consider yourself lucky? Or do you realize that there's something other than luck at play here? This isn't just a random game of chance. There's a strategy. There's a way. It's rolling the dice. Seems like it's just a gamble, like literally just random chance, dumb luck, right? What if that's not the game you're playing? What if you feel as if you know what you're doing? That you know that this, of course, it's a risk. Everything in life is a risk, but it's a calculated one. Okay, so the Knights of the Tarot are all about beginnings. This is like you're looking at the beginning of something and you're thinking, I don't know. You're looking and seeing there's one insecure part of your brain that's looking at it and thinking, no, it's going to be bad. I'm going to get hurt. I'm going to crash and burn. I'm going to be miserable. I'm not going to be happy. Doesn't mean that this is business. This could be something at home, at work, at school. Doesn't matter. It could be a relationship. It could be a book club. It could be whatever. It doesn't really matter. What matters here with this card is that you're preventing yourself from going forward and expanding upon this, making something that it's a pretty good day now, but continuing on to grow something. You're sort of limiting your growth here because you're anticipating crashing and burning. That's pessimism, right? That's pessimism when you're kind of thinking of like, this 6, we can turn it into a 9. We can expand upon this success. But instead of making that decision and keeping that momentum going, you're starting to overthink it. You're starting to predict a 9 of Swords here at the end. And this is misery. This is real unhappiness here. Okay. So this is fear, doubt, old programming. Okay, a tendency to look into the future and believe that you see the ending. And of course, the 9 or 10 of swords is not what you want to see. So you're sort of convincing yourself that this is a bad idea, when everything else around seems to say it's pretty good chance it's going to be good. Down beneath the surface, the soul position, position 3, your deepest truth. This is what your soul already knows. This is that part of you that's been guiding the whole journey. It's not luck. Yeah, it's not random chance events. It's not dumb luck. It's not beginner's luck. It's a 5-fingered hand. It's you reaching out to the world and grabbing what it is that you want. It's your power that's doing this. And so this is the realization that you're responsible for whether you make it or break it. It's on you. This is you, I guess, believing in your capability. This is you believing that, that you're capable and strong and powerful, that you have some fight in you. That you're not just a cork on the ocean. You're not just someone who has really, like, in a very ineffectual. No, you have power. You have the ability to change your reality. That's what the 5s are. 5s are change. The 5s are kind of saying, like, I'm the one who knocks, you know. You bring the change. You don't just sit back and, like, wait for change to happen. You're out there in the world making stuff happen. Yeah. And it may be that you've never believed yourself to be this person. That you always thought things happen to you. Things are happening through you. And so you have to believe that you are capable. Again, this is that 5-fingered hand that's reaching out to do something, reaching out to take a risk. This is fight. And this is what got you the victory that you're experiencing now. This is what got you this win. And this is Saturn in Leo. This is your ability to direct your forces, to direct your strength. And this is what's been kind of driving the car the whole time. Well, it's you. It's your inner strength. It's this confidence that you have inside of you. It's maybe buried. It may feel like you kind of just got out of this by the skin of your teeth and you got this success. This is a real win. Well, this is one good day. There's something in you that wants to keep it going and turn it into another good day, and another good day, and another good day. Now, position 4, the dwarf, the small self. This is what's operating in the shadows. This is insecurity, okay? This is that part of you that is kind of clinging to safety. This is the safe harbor. This is, this is kind of like feeling, we just barely made it through this. I don't want to go out there again. You barely made it in from that storm. You don't want to go right back out and sail again, do you? So this is kind of like saying, why press your luck? Why roll the dice again? You had this uncertainty, and thankfully, by some divine grace, you made it through, with your hide. And, you've learned your lesson now. You're never going to go outside again. You're never going to sail that boat again, right? So this is that safety that's kind of like, you don't want to be the painter that doesn't paint, the singer that doesn't sing. But there's something comforting in here. But this is small. This is holding you back. And so what I kind of think is going on here is a pattern. That you ventured out of this safe zone, and it was a storm. But guess what? You're okay. You made it. There was light at the end of the tunnel. The end was in sight. Land ho, here you are, you made it. And now that becomes your safe harbor. And now you're safe again. So what do? Do you venture out again and start another fight, start another struggle, strive for something else, continue with your ambition, and then have another win? Because that process, right? Feeling safe, feeling stable, calming down, feeling well rested, fixing your sails, getting back out into the water and sailing again, getting another win, and then resting, relaxing. This cycle is really the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is you traveling your path. So this dwarf small self is kind of keeping you complacent, keeping you fenced in. Okay, it's that energy that says just be thankful that things aren't worse. Just count your blessings. Don't hope, don't press your luck. Don't hope for anything more than this. You should just be happy here. And I think for a time you convinced yourself you were happy here. It's that small dwarf self that's just saying, I'm just going to pretend I'm happy here because this should be enough for me. Because it's scary outside of this zone, right? But look at your giant card, the higher self, position 5, the sleeping giant within you, the higher aspect waiting to be fully awakened. This is an ego. This is alignment. When this part wakes up, your whole life begins to shift. This is you believing in yourself. This is you realizing that you have the expertise, that you have the wisdom, the knowledge, the capabilities. It's not just luck, It's someone who knows the game, someone who knows the industry, someone who knows their craft, someone who is in alignment with their true self and believes that they have what it takes to do this. If you didn't have this, and you're just fighting, right, and just striving for something, maybe we'd say, yeah, you're really rolling the dice here, Pisces, but you've got this higher, and this is the only major arcana card we have. This is literally your true self now. I always kind of say that Pisces has been evolving into the Aries energy, right? What's after Aries? Taurus. This is Taurus, right? So it could be you're working your way around the entire zodiac here. Stepping into your power and your confidence, gaining the experience, and every time you have a win, it's more experience. It's more wisdom. Say, okay, you're getting good at it. You're getting good at winning. You sort of know the game, right? It's the difference between just a random guess and like an educated guess, a calculated risk, okay? You're putting yourself out there and you're going to strive for this. The Nine of Pentacles in the future position, this is the imago. This is your ideal self. This is the archetype you're becoming. You're being shaped into a very successful person. And I feel that, it really is a combination of your ability to take risks and your ability to not always play it safe and to learn from experience and to make decisions even when there's that part of you that is still full of doubt. Okay? And this process might feel chaotic. You're going to have to go through another storm. It's like you're going through a 4 to a 5 to a 6. And you're making the decision to do that. It's your choice. This process, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. We stabilize, we roll the dice, we win. We stabilize, we roll the dice, we win. Okay? That's a successful path. This is you on that road. Okay? This journey is sculpting you into a successful person, whatever that means to you. Okay? But it is a continued kind of repetition of this cycle. This is a winner's cycle here. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do. In a way, the Hierophant is, I think, that part of you that is, like I said, really learning from these experiences. It's not just someone who gets lucky and then says, okay, well, maybe I'll get lucky again. And then you're on this winning streak. You're rolling the dice and you're just winning. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. No, I feel like you've put in the work to learn the information, to study, to research, to practice, to plan. Okay? Now, anyway, your persona. This is what you're showing the world. This is different than the Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant. This is somebody that is kind of sleeping, This is somebody that that has great potential, but is kind of like, oh, no, not me. It's almost a modesty. It's almost like, you can hit a hole in one, but you're just like, oh, I'm pretty bad at golf. I don't want to do that. So it's almost like, to me, it's a little bit too much humility. Okay? It may be part of a strategy. It may be that you're not trying to tell everybody how great you are at anything. That way they're kind of surprised. But also it may be a way of protecting yourself from from failure. It's kind of like, if nobody expects me to be very good, then whatever I do is going to be pretty impressive, right? And so it's kind of like, it's that humility that it's like, no, I'm bad at this, I'm bad at this, I'm bad at this. And then when you do a good job, it's like, oh, okay, well, I did a good job, but not trying to really let your ego inflate too much. Okay. But this could also be a persona that is kind of meant to please other people, keeping yourself small and letting the big dogs kind of have their win, rather than you getting in the fight and believing that you have something to offer here. Sometimes with our Six of Pentacles, it makes me wonder if there's still part of you that doesn't feel like you belong in the club. That you're in the winner's circle, you've earned it, but you still feel like you don't really fit in, you don't belong here. You don't feel like what you're contributing is really of value, or that what you're producing is really on par with anybody else. Okay? There's still a little bit of that inferiority going on. Okay? And I think it's reflected here too, because this is somebody that has great potential, but at least the way other people are perceiving you is that it's somebody that is at least hesitating to go after their potential, to fulfill that potential. The Princess of Pentacles is the card that's going to become the Empress, right? Or has the potential. This is a dry, barren landscape. It's all dirt. But it could become the Garden of Eden. It has the potential to be a lush garden, but it needs somebody to invest in it. Well, this is your life, and it needs you to invest in it, you see. So I kind of feel like you're reinvesting this win, you're reinvesting in yourself. And maybe there is a financial component here. I feel like we're talking about money, at least in some sense. But this is you reinvesting your energy in yourself again. And believing that you're worth it. Believing that you have a potential. And that what you achieve is valuable and worthwhile and meaningful and significant. Now, the next card we see is the Five of Cups, the shadow, the hidden fear. It's the wound beneath the wound, right? That's what we're avoiding looking at. And it's a fear of disappointment, okay? It's a fear of not being valued, okay? It's sort of a fear of failure, I guess, but it's in a way you, I think, wondering if things are going this well, if we're getting the 6, in my dice game, you want to get the 6. It's you, I think, wondering, like, if you roll the dice and it doesn't work out, how are you going to handle that? Okay? Not even really about you disappointing other people, but I think of you kind of proving yourself right. And see, then we get a failure, we get something doesn't work out right, we see, I knew it, I'm no good. And we don't want to feel that way, right? So in a way, we're trying not to roll the dice anymore because, I got to win. I'm just going to keep it because now I feel like I'm up here. But if we get a loss, we feel like we're down here again. So it's kind of like we're identifying very much with our wins and our losses. Okay, so we're having a bad day and we feel like we're a bad person. That we're not on top of the world one particular day, and it really devastates us. So I think that part of this energy is understanding your sensitivity to your good days and your bad days. Everyone's going to have good days and bad days. In any given month, you're going to have, a certain portion of really good days, a certain portion of really bad days, and then a bunch of days in between. And the idea here, the key really is to, in any kind of a bad day, to just realize that, okay, this is just one of the bad days. There's gonna be, another portion of really, really good days. And accepting the day for what it is, being able to feel the feelings, but not get so identified with them that we end up catastrophizing and say, yeah, see, I knew it. 9 of Swords. I knew I shouldn't have done this. I knew I shouldn't have tried. I knew I shouldn't have been myself or invested in myself or anything like that. The 5 of Cups is disappointment. Yeah. And in some sense, it's the feeling that we're not worthy of the success. Yeah. Because the 6 of Pentacles is like, to me, this feels like a round table. It feels like everybody's here, everybody's contributing to something, everybody's kind of equal. Everybody brings something different to the table, but it's all valuable. This is the feeling that no matter what you bring in, no matter how much success you get, that you're still not equal to others. That we're still, either in our own eyes or in someone else's eyes, still a disappointment. And it's not so much that we care about disappointing other people, but I think you don't want to feel as if you're not valuable, as if you're not worth anything. Maybe you're not worth anything, despite how much you're contributing. There's still this feeling of, I'm not good enough. Okay. The next card is the Prince of Swords, the Spectre, the unfinished story. And this is an echo of the past. Okay. And there may be an Aquarius person in your life that you have a relationship with that is in some way related to some of these feelings. I don't know if it's a family member or an old relationship, an old romantic relationship, or perhaps a parent energy. But this is some version of you now that's still writing this script. It's a fixed air energy, right? So it's saying that there's a certain belief you hold about yourself that no matter how much success you get, no matter how many wins, no matter how much of a winning streak you get on, there's still that belief that you hold, right? That's saying, it's all luck, it's not me, I don't deserve it, I'm still not good enough, I need to do more, I'm still a disappointment, etc. So ask yourself with this card, what is it you tell yourself? What is the negative voice in your head? When you do something good, when something works out in your favor, when you try and it works, what do you have a tendency to say to yourself? Is it dismissive? Is it downright, kind of cruel and negative? Is it criticizing? Is it, I should have done better? Or, that wasn't even me, right? Or, oh, I got lucky. How do you speak to yourself in a way that might diminish your accomplishments? Because the 5 and the 9 here, that's kind of an anomaly. We see all this stuff here. It seems like this is really, really good, but then you're still kind of talking to yourself in this negative way. You're still expecting the very worst. Now, this is our destiny card. This is kind of where you're headed, right? This is the trajectory. But if you align with your truth, if you change the way you're thinking or the way you're talking to yourself, the dialogue, right? This 9 of Swords doesn't have to be here. This can be a 9 of Cups. This might be really the message that is trying to wake you up to how you've been treating yourself. And it's saying, look, you're very successful. You're winning at a lot of things. Yeah, you got bad days. Sure, there's ups and downs. But you're putting in a lot of work and you're getting a lot of good results. So why is this still here? Yeah. This is Mars in Gemini. Okay, this is something that's tearing you apart. And to me, it feels like it's self-talk of a very critical nature, very cruel and critical nature. So it's connecting these 2 cards, and it's something that's been wired into you, probably from an early age, that when there's a bad day, you tend to take it very personally, and you beat yourself up over a bad day, and you make this way worse than it needs to be. Sometimes it's, okay, this is a bad day. This day will be over, tomorrow will be a new day. But you kind of pile on yourself. Okay? And I think that's something that needs to change. Now, maybe the mystery card. Now, we have a Queen of Pentacles here. Let's not forget that. Because the Queen of Pentacles is sort of has regrets, sort of has a feeling tone. And the feeling tone is, no matter how successful, there's always a melancholy. This figure, they look very melancholy. Because no matter how great the success, there's always something that is diminishing that. It's taking the value away from it. And I don't know if it's literally another person in your life that tends to rain. It's kind of raining on your parade, right? Because the Queen of Pentacles is basically your future self. Very successful, earth energy, right? Looking back in time and has regrets, has sorrows, has sadness. Yeah. And when you should really be looking back and being proud of what you accomplished. I think this card is maybe a turning point. I think that it's kind of for one, it's a turning inward. I think it really is a wake-up call. But then I think that it's a change in your relationship with yourself. Accepting that you are the Hierophant, that you are the one responsible for creating this success. And nobody did it for you. You did it, co-created it with Spirit, right? But nobody did it for you. If anything, the people that you think may have did it for you, they're the ones that are probably making it more difficult for you. And I wonder if you have some kind of some part of you that wants to impress somebody else. Maybe it's a father figure, maybe it's an old relationship that's long past. Let's look at our mystery card. And what is this going to be? That's the ally, right? The guide, the whisper of spirit, the inner voice that's going to help you to take the next step. Yeah. So it may be some joy, right? Some happy, some love. I expect water energy. 6, ace, 3, 2, 9, 10, any of them really. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. Another 9 of Swords. It really does come down to this kind of energy, an inability to find joy in your accomplishments. Yeah. I feel like you're making a lot of progress. Your life is getting better and better. Sometimes with the 9 of Pentacles, right? We got our pets, we got our plants, but where's the joy? Where are the people? Where's the connection? Where's the love? Yeah. And so I see somebody who is making a lot of progress, still doesn't feel any better about life. Something is blocking you from feeling happy about what you're creating in your life. Okay, and this might be that guide that's kind of waking you up to that fact that there's something else going on here that is, it's making it difficult for you to just feel proud or feel happy about what you're producing in your life. Yeah. Now, these 11 stations tell a story, but the final chapter hasn't been written yet. You're writing it every day. The dove invites you to surrender. The serpent asks you to awaken. Together, they guide you toward transformation. If this reading resonated, don't forget to like, subscribe, and claim your role as a magic maker in the comments below. You're not alone on this path. Together, we're creating something sacred. And we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, we'll do an I Ching hexagram, we'll do some oracle cards. There is a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Pisces on Tuesdays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you are watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we are all in this together.